Hello, hello everyone. How are you this fine evening? I am still here in Punderson State Park in Ohio. It's been rainy all day and the temperatures are starting to cool down. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Nice to see you here this evening. There's Henry and Leanne. Hi, guys. Well, Leanne, my English muffins came out pretty good despite all my concern about them. They actually tasted really good. So I've got about 4 left. Hi, Donna. How are you? What you been up to, girl? I was just going over my calendar before I hopped on here for my reservation status on the way back. And can't wait to get to Tennessee to see you. Hi, Kathy. How are you? How cool is it in Michigan? It's 56 right now here, and it's supposed to get down to 46 in the morning. So I've been running my small little electric heater on low. Hopefully that'll get me through tonight. So we shall see. I wasn't expecting the air to cool down quite so quickly, but I guess Mother Nature has other intentions for us this year. Yeah, me too. Uh, I was really concerned about them when the dough was so gooey when I was turning it out. It really concerned me, but I just added a little bit more flour to it and it seemed to do just fine. So next time I'll know ahead of time. Add just a little bit more flour. I don't know if it's the I'm at like 1,200 feet here, so I don't know if it's maybe elevation a little bit. That doesn't seem like much of an elevation change, but you never know. And it's been very humid and cool, so maybe those factors together had something to do with it. I'm not sure. We'll just never know. So anyway, but they were good nonetheless. So I guess you saw from my thumbnail, I had a good visit to the national park yesterday. We're missing some folks tonight. Yes, they are. They just arrived at Ken and Carla's house a little earlier today, I think. So this was supposed to be their travel day. So they're probably just chit-chatting away. We'll let them have their time together. Could be for sure. Sometimes baking presents problems with changes in elevation, humidity, that sort of thing. So could be, but I just don't know. It's the first time I've ever made them. So a few more times, hopefully it'll give me a little bit more experience with them. We shall see. So anyway, yeah, so I'm sure that they made it to Ken and Carla's house okay. Just I haven't talked to any of them at this point. Of course, I'm sure that they've been busy trying to get settled and parked and probably getting close to dinner time for them. So they've got all sorts of things going on. Plus, I don't know. Kevin and Dawn have had his sister and her husband with them. So I don't know if they're still with them or not, but could very well be still traveling with other people. So there's a lot of factors there. So it may just be a few of us. And I got a text from Don earlier this week, a day or two ago, and they just sold their house. Pretty amazing stuff. and they're going to be closing on Scotty's restaurant soon. And so they are going to be out and looking for places in Oregon to live. And in a few days, they're going to be out camping in Oregon. So that'll give them a chance to go out and scout some neighborhoods and look for some other properties. So that's pretty cool. I'm really kind of surprised about that, but glad to see they're getting out of California. It's just rather crazy. There's Dawn. Hi. We know you're there. We know. How was the trip? Did you like Indian Creek campground? And did you guys get to go out and do any sightseeing or anything while you were there? I hope you got to do something. It's such a diverse little area. I saw a post on Facebook today about Rockcliffe Mansion, which Donna and I went and toured there in Hannibal, and it's gorgeous inside. And it looks like they've got all the restoration and everything on the outside completed now. So it's a beautiful home. If y'all are ever in Hannibal, you need to tour the Rockcliffe Mansion. It's really gorgeous. That's my little commercial. Oh. So Dawn, is your family still with you? Trip was fun. Loved Indian Creek. Good. Enjoyed meeting up with the Wises. I'm sure. They're just fun people to be with. So, hope Carla's doing okay with her knee. Sounded like she was last week, so I'm sure she's probably just getting a little bit stronger as the days go by. Family's still with you. Good. Good. Nice to be with family. Sorry, my finger went over the mouse pad and exited me out of the studio. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, been talking with my kids and enjoying conversation with them. So I'll be glad to see them when I get back down to Florida in November. It'd be kind of nice. And I've got my reservations all set up um, through to March 2nd of next year. So everyone's sharing stories. Stories are fun. You need to have a campfire though. Get that campfire going. And you could do stick biscuits too. How about that? Donna likes doing stick biscuits. Oh my gosh. Such fun. I miss having people at a campfire. That's when you really have good times together, I think. So, I'm looking forward to that this winter. Being with Ken and Carla and Donna down there. Too warm for a fire tonight. Wow. It's plenty cool enough here. Come see me. It's 56. Planning with my brother to make reservations next Friday for a camping trip to Yellowstone. Oh, nice. Good job. It's just beautiful. Have you been there before? It's just a place like no other on earth. It's incredible. I've been there a couple of times, and I could go back and still see places that I haven't been to there. It's just so big. So I I hope you're planning to spend, I would say, at least a week there if I were you. That's a good question. They probably will. They probably will. Yeah, but Yellowstone's beautiful. Maybe Don and Kevin will come and join you in September. You guys haven't been there yet, have you? I talked to Summer and PJ the other day. They're getting kind of excited for me. I'll be there next week, so that's kind of exciting. Finally, that'll be kind of like my final destination before I start heading back south. So, still haven't been to Yellowstone. I hope you make it, girl. It's a wonderful place to go. Like I said, though, when Lila and I went, we were only there for 5 nights and 4 days, and that was totally not enough time. Um, it's just such a huge park, and there's just so many different things to see and experience while you're there. And we just didn't have enough time to get to see everything that we wanted to see. But make sure you have plenty of time there. No, we haven't, but my brother has planned to spend a week. Good, good. Uh, a week is, I think, probably the minimum. It's, I mean, I guess a lot of it is because of traffic in the park. It's so big that to get from one end of the park to the other end of the park takes about 3 hours in and of itself. If the traffic is good, if there's not a bison jam, um, and if you can get parked where you want at the attraction that you want to see when you get there. There's just so many factors in Yellowstone. And um, the make sure, I'm sure that Leanne will anyway. The food that they offer in the restaurants there is really not good. So if you're going to be out for the day, pack a lunch of something that you can eat, because the food, like I said, in the restaurants is really not good, and it's really expensive for what they offer you. So that's all I can say. I think that the only good place there to purchase any food is at there's like a country grocery store at Fishing Bridge in that area. Uh, and they have groceries that you can buy. Um, and some pastries and things like that. So that's a good place to stop and purchase food items. But other than that, I wouldn't plan on eating a meal anywhere in the park. Yes, we are planning to. What did I miss? Okay. We are here a couple weeks, not so long this time. So what's your plans for the fall, you guys? I think you said something about Tennessee, so that'll be fun. We are planning to stay at Fishing Bridge. Good. Lila and I stayed there, and it's nice, but uh, getting in the showers there, that's a different world too. So make sure you take towels with you. They offer towels, but they're not always readily accessible. Um, and it's a very busy shower house. I'll say it that way. So, but I mean, for as many people as they have there, I think that the campground was really very nice. Lila and I had the first day when we got there, we were parking. I was in the teardrop at the time. So I parked the trailer and we were um, getting ready to, just get set up. And I went to chalk the wheels and I turned around and Lila was getting out of the car. I had my Honda CRV at the time. And I looked up and I said, Lila, stay calm and very slowly just walk back here towards me. There was a buffalo right there at the front of the car. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. And she was able to, just slowly walk back to safety back where I was at. And the buffalo walked on down the road. So, but it was a little bit shocking. It was our first encounter right there. Down the road we go. We've stayed there a couple of times. Yes, that's good. Yes, a lot of quarters. That's for sure. It's a different experience. Um, but not bad. I mean, the showers were great once you got in there and got going. It was fine, but just a different experience, but that's okay. So, but I did enjoy the campground. And it's pretty big campground. Pretty darn big campground. So, and I think I can't remember if I just arranged a campsite or a specific one at that time. Of course, things have probably changed a dozen times since then. That was back in 2016 when we went. So it's been almost 10 years ago. So I'm sure things are different and maybe bigger, maybe better. Let's hope for you guys, but y'all have fun when you go. That's just really cool. I think that I was trying to remember some of the things that we really enjoyed the most was going over to like Hayden Valley and Lamar Valley and watching for the buffalo because you'd see big herds of them. We saw tons and tons of elk. I didn't see a moose. We did get to see a few wolves. Lila went horseback riding, so if you enjoy that, they've got a good stable where you can go horseback riding. And we just, spent a lot of time going to see all the different geysers and mud pots and everything else. But just like I said, it's very time consuming to get in and see them because when you go, the parking lots, well, if you're going in September, hopefully schools will be back in session and maybe it won't be quite as crowded. We were there in, I think it was June, like late June. So it was, in the middle of, kids being out and a lots and lots of tourists were there. So we had trouble getting into the parking lot to find a parking space a lot of times. Brother said it's been named and visits the campgrounds. The bison. Yeah, we know. They're buffalo to me. Okay, you have fun. So I had a really good day yesterday. I found out that there was a national park here in Ohio, which I really didn't even know that there one existed here. And it's called the Cuyahoga. Valley National Park. Um, and there's no campgrounds there. So, I didn't miss out on getting to camp in a national park. Um, and it's very spread out. There's 33,000 acres. It's from like Cleveland to Akron, that long, through a valley, and just immense. And so, hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you. So, anyway, I wanted to try to maximize and see as much of the scenery as I could. And I found out that they had a train that you could ride through the park. So I took a train ride yesterday and it was really pretty cool. Um, I haven't been on a train for like 14 years when my husband and I were up in Alaska and rode the train from Anchorage to Denali. And then again from Denali to what's that name of that town? Fairbanks. Um, so that's been a very long time, but I love train rides. It's just something that, I remember doing as a kid with my dad and my brother, and it's just very nostalgic. And these train cars are cars that were built in the 40s and they're still operating today. And it was just cool. It's very neat, very nostalgic, very Americana. And the scenery through the valley was really very beautiful. Lots of um, meadows with tons of flowers and trees of all kinds and bridges and the river running through it, that you could see off and on. Different little stops at different little stations that they had their little train depots, which were very small little, way stations where you stop and wait for the train to come and pick you up. But it was a lot of fun. And there's a couple of towns along the way that you go through that I want to go back tomorrow and see because one of them is Boston Mill, and that's where the visitor center is. So I need to go there to get my stamp for my visit to the park and a little sticker to put in my passport book. So I wanted to accomplish that. And then they just have like a nice little village around that you can go to. And the one of the volunteers on the train was talking a lot about the different shops and everything that they have there. So just wanted to be able to visit and go through some of that. Um, and then there's another town not too far from there, that's kind of the same way, only not quite as spectacular, but more down home, earthy kind of small little village. So I thought it'd be fun to go back and see those places and um, hopefully get to see the Brandywine Falls. I hear that it's hard to get into the parking lot to get to the falls. So I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to go early in the day so that I can make that my first stop and go see the falls and then go down to Boston Mill and see the visitor center. So if I can at least accomplish two things, I'll feel like I've done something. There's Summer. Hi, Summer. How you doing tonight? How's your weather there? It's getting cool here. It's like 56 right now and 46 in the morning. You're probably about the same as me though, right? Oh, uh, oh yeah. With I saw that one too. Yeah, I had those same problems. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. So what's everybody else been up to? Tell me what's going on in your world. 57 right now, Tuesday. going to be a really nice day for you. Yay! That's the day that I get there.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Whoops, sorry. I activated Siri. Yeah, initially when I was first looking at the forecast about, I don't know, 5 or 6 days ago, it looked like it was going to rain on Tuesday, but it looks now like it's going to be clearer. So I'm really happy about that. So just as long as it doesn't get muddy down there before I get parked. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Weather, clouds seems to always do that when it's rainy outside. Still hot there. Um, I was thinking about you the other day, Jennifer. I was wondering if you could tell me what is the weather like there in Texas in May? Um, I'm just kind of wondering in May after Evan graduates if it would be worth me going west or if I just need to stay put and try to travel next winter. Will be very dry. The temps for Tuesday is going to, ooh, that's perfect. 74. That's like the perfect day. Let's hope that that doesn't change. A false fall right now. It'll heat up again. Yeah. And they have like an Indian summer. That happens every year, doesn't it? Although I've been seeing Ryan Hall and one of the other weather guys, whoops, sorry, that I watched saying that we're supposed to have another cool down after this one. So I wasn't expecting that. Of course, we usually see, I don't know, back home in Missouri, we used to see like an Indian summer in October. Like in the middle of October, we'd see an Indian summer. So I don't know. Who knows? That would be kind of nice to let me get back to Florida before it starts snowing up in this neck of the woods. I just need to get a little further south before that happens. So we'll see. Once I get past Donna, I think I'll be okay. But until I get out of there, I'm not going to count my any chickens before they hatch. So we shall see. You're definitely not complaining. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the cooler weather because it beats having the air conditioner constantly running and sweating to death and trying to move when it's 90 degrees outside. It's just horrible when you have a travel day and it's like 90 degrees or more outside and you've got to hook up and get ready to go. Hey, there's PJ. Hi, PJ. Oh, let's hope it won't snow in October for sure. It can be pleasant. Yes, it's mid 80s and 90s and not really hot breezes yet. Okay, so that's nice to know at least. I figured if I could maybe get through there in May, might not be so bad. I think once it gets past May, I don't think I want to be in Texas until fall. No snow in October for Tennessee. Good deal. Good. Glad to hear that. Hi there. So I'll be seeing you guys this coming week, PJ. Can you believe it? I'm getting excited. How about you? I can't wait to get there. So, um, I want to be thinking about some day trips to take while I'm there. And of course, I've got to go to Walmart and maybe hit a Home Depot or Harbor Freight while I'm there too. Happened so fast. We're excited. Yay! Me too. Actually be here. Oh, well, that will be wonderful. How cool is that? Good. That would be great. I'm anxious to see all of you, but especially that first day, it's always nice to see everybody if we can. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm making sure I map my route, and so let me, while you both are up on the live. I think the last time that I came that way, I came up through Ellicottville and up that way. Is that still a good route for me to take with this slightly bigger trailer? Or should I come across 90 and over that way to you guys? And is there toll on 90 there? Do you have any idea, PJ? You probably drive that road a lot. Let me figure out what route it's trying to take me through. Okay, so one route takes me up to Interstate 90 and across, where I can go 90, or I can cut over Interstate 86 and go through Ellicottville and up that way, up through Sardinia. Well, I wouldn't go through Sardinia, but up 16 through Yorkshire and up that way. Did you go through Springville last time? I don't think so. I came up 16 the last time. I'm pretty sure it came up 16 the last couple of times that I've been up there. And I remember a couple of the roads in town being a little bit narrow, but I just wondered, 90 is toll. Okay. There is a toll on 90. Okay. So 16 is doable in a larger rig. So I'll still come that same way then. Yeah. You know, as long as those interstates have been around, you'd think they'd get rid of those tolls. Why do they still have those tolls? It's kind of crazy. I think Springville's to the west of you, right? Yeah. Oh, I see where it's at. It's on 39. Yeah, I don't think I came that way. I don't remember coming that way. Although I might have the very first time that I came, because I do remember going through Sardinia. And that name just, I don't know, it made me laugh. Buffalo building and our building in Olean, New York. Okay. It's New York State, that's why. Well, I guess so. Springville is to the west, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just plan on coming that route then. I mean, there's some cute little towns through that route. So I never minded. It's very picturesque and I love things like that. So it won't be a bad drive. That's for sure. As long as the roads are wide enough for me to get through, I'll be fine. Oh, I just, it's been a few years since I've been that route, so sometimes you forget about things like that quicker than you'd like to. Anyone ever used a turn-on tape by their air conditioners? That's a good question. That would be a good one for Mobile Tech, but he's not on here tonight. I honestly just had my roof done with the Flex Armor, Kathy. Uh, so I'll never have to worry about issues like that. Um, so I'm not a good one to ask that question, but maybe some of these other guys. Henry, what about you? Have you ever used a turn-on around an air conditioner on your RV? That's maybe something Kevin could answer too, but he's not on here either. So hopefully maybe somebody can give you an answer, Kathy. I'm not sure. Are you guys doing some camping this fall? It's a good time to start going camping right now because the weather's finally getting cool enough to enjoy doing it. That's the whole thing. When I first got here, though, it was still pretty warm. I think it was 90 the day that I got here, and um, mosquitoes were bad. They were really bad when I first got here. The first, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. But now that it's gotten cooler, the mosquitoes have kind of um hidden in the ground, I guess. So yes, we are. Okay, good. That's great. There you go, Kathy. It seals around the seams. Escada here in Michigan. I don't know that place. I'll have to look it up on Allstays. Is that a state park or just a private campground? I've got a little gnat or something flying around in here. Sorry. It distracted me. But I'm always grateful when the mosquitoes go away because I'm one of the first people that they bite. Oh, you go for a whole month. How nice is that? That's wonderful. Makes it worth the trip. When you go for a whole month like that, that's cool. That's that's really good. So tell me more about this Oscado. How do you say that? I don't know. Oscada. Oscada. I'm gonna have to look that up. Um, I'm gonna do it right now so I can get it in here before I forget. Scoda. County Park. Is that a county park campground? Okay. Big lots. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to mark that one so I'll remember it. Let's see where you're at in Michigan there at that place. I've never really camped in Michigan. Of course, you probably know that. Um, so you're almost kind of in the middle of Michigan. A little further north, but maybe one day I'll get there at 28 at night. Oh my gosh. About your height of your trailer, Shirley, for those bridges. Oh, I always look. I always check on all stays, and make sure that I route for that. So yes. But thank you, Henry. That's always a very good reminder to anybody, to always check if you're not traveling on interstates. Um, most US highways are pretty good, that you don't have to worry about bridges because those are truck routes and a lot of times. So I don't worry so much about US highways, but on any kind of state road or county road, I always want to check bridge heights. But I don't really remember any bridges going that route. Is that right, Summer and PJ? Hey, Roy and Becky, how are you? Is it starting to cool down at all where you're at? Please, Lord, say that it has. An old orchard campground. Oh, cool. Okay. I've got it marked on my All Stays app, so hopefully if I'm going up that way, I'll see it. That's cool. It's great. Electric and water. Very nice. Thank you for the recommendation, Kathy. That's always nice to know. Spool River. Nice. I love being on water. Yeah, see, it's good to ask questions on here and share information for other people. The route we have will take you is one PJ is taken for work, so you'll be fine. Thank you. I thought I couldn't remember any bridges on that route, but it's a fool's cool. It has broken 103 days. Oh my goodness. So, I just saw Becky was 96 right now. Well, at least it's a little lower than 100. Oh my gosh. But you guys are staying cool inside, right? I saw Becky's been having some um issues medically that I've gone through that very same issue that she's been going through. So I know what she's going through there. So Becky, hopefully it won't change. There is a couple I know our trucks can clear them. Okay, good. Nice, thanks. That's helpful information. So if you can clear them, I can clear them. I don't think mine RV is quite as tall as your big trucks, so I should be fine. But anyway. So and how many miles is that? 187 miles I got to drive. So I can do it on one tank of fuel. So I'll fuel up here the day before I get ready to leave. So I'll fuel up here Monday. And then I really haven't taken anything out because, like I said, it was so hot when I first got here. I don't even have my lawn chairs out. So there's absolutely nothing to put away on the outside. And I've just been working on trying to reorganize kitchen and get everything, so that it's just still even a little bit easier to get ready to travel. So hundreds return tomorrow. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, let's see. I guess it really doesn't start cooling down there until around end of October or November. Is that right? From what I remember. I think November is the time that you really want to start rolling in there. Thanks, Kathy, for the reminder. Everybody give a thumbs up if you would. Low 100 snowbirds are showing up early this season. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Hi, son. How are ya? Glad you could pop in around the third week of October. That's, yeah. Then I know that they, the season starts there in September, but it's still usually too warm there in September. So, hey, have you heard anything, Roy, about what the fees for the LTVA are going to be this coming year? That's always an interesting topic. I'm sure being out there, you've probably heard something. And do you guys do the LTVA in the summer as well? Because I know there's like a summer rate and then the seasonal rate in September. Or do you kind of hop around during the summer months? They're not going up this season. That's interesting. That's good to hear. Probably by the time I get back out there, they will, though. Has there been any more projections about what the rate might be going up to? I haven't, of course, I haven't watched RV Miles in about a month. I don't know. Yeah, you can only camp 2 weeks every 30 days in the LTV. Okay. So 2 weeks and then out 2 weeks and then back. So you have, yeah, in the hottest part of the year, you have to move around. That's just not even funny. That's kind of crazy. All new people running the show now. Oh, well, that's not, I guess, too much of a surprise either with all of the cutbacks and everything else that they've been doing with parks, recreation staff, things of that nature. It's kind of hit everywhere. The Corps of Engineer campgrounds that I've stayed in recently, they're just not up to standard like they used to be. The last one that I stayed in, it was kind of there's supposed to be somebody there at the window when you pull in, but when I pulled in, there was no one there. So, I've never been to this park, so I'm looking for a map or whatever to try to figure out where everything is at. And I see this, it's kind of like a bulletin board that was sitting outside with everybody's tags for their campsite on it with their name and the dates that you're leaving. And that's how you checked in. You just pulled your cards off of the bulletin board and you went and parked. So it was kind of screwy. It's not as fun or as personable as it used to be when you checked in. All new people running the show. So, yeah, so all of those changes have hit, I think, every type of federal funded campground area. The main guy retired. Okay. It's a little stricter now. Wow. Isn't messing around. She sticks to the rule book. Well, in some ways, that's probably a good thing because things could kind of get out of hand there. I guess it depends on what rules you want to break. but yeah, I think that they probably needed a little bit more structure than what they had in the past. But sometimes you can get too tough as well. There's got to be a middle to where that pendulum swings. So anyway, I won't get to go out there this year because like I've said before, I have to stay in Florida until my grandson graduates in May. So I have my grandson graduating from University of Florida in December, and then my youngest grandson graduating from high school in May. It was a zoo last season. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, so Henry, it is BLM land, but we're talking about the long-term visitor areas. So the LTVAs, they are BLM, but they're long-term. I can send you a link um, about the LTVA so that it'll help you understand a little bit. Hey, Mobile Tech, we were just talking about we needed advice from you earlier, but thankfully Henry was able to answer a question about Eternabond. So we missed you. What's up in your world? How's Miss Ruthie doing? And how is your weather there? Everybody's kind of cooled down a little bit except for Roy and Becky. They're still out there in Arizona at 96 degrees currently. So I'm here in Ohio with 56 degrees down to 46 by morning. So that's where we're at. How's your world? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's nice. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. That'll be good for you too. I think you'll enjoy doing that. Saw the vet again today and says she is out of the woods. Good. Need to continue drugs, but cut in half again. That's good to hear. I'm glad she's feeling better. Your weather's beautiful. How nice. It's nice here in Ohio too. It's a little cool, but I'd take the coolness over the heat any day. It's kind of nice to be able to not have the air on, not have the heat on. And you wake up in the morning and it's just still nice to kind of snuggle under the cover. Uh, You're staying home for the holiday? I'm going to be staying at well, let's see. When is Labor Day actually? Will I be at Peter and Summer's house already? Let's see. So it's the first. So I'll be here the first and in New York on the second. So so on Monday I'll be packing up and moving on Tuesday. But anyway, it'll be fun. I don't have to worry about a picnic or anything like that. So I'll just be ready to move on again. All right, guys. It's almost 8 o'clock. You're moving back on Sunday. Wow. Cool. So Oh, that's great because then you can do, 2 weeks and then for the season. That's pretty cool. But I was wondering about fees and only a 2-week period versus paying for a 6-month period. So the 2-week period that he was talking about, is so the season, the long-term stay is from September 15th to April 15th. And then after April 15th, you can stay there 2 weeks at a time. So you have to pay for 2 weeks. And it used to be $40 for 2 weeks. I don't know if that's still the fee or not. So then what Roy was saying is you could stay 2 weeks out of every 30-day period. So you have to move every 2 weeks. Exactly. It's $40 for 2 weeks from September to April. Yes. What does Mobile Tech think about the tape? So that's a good question. So, Mobile Tech, Kathy was asking earlier, a Turnabon for the right uses. She was wanting to know about using it around an air conditioner. Is that something that you would recommend? Oh, you have the summer pass for $75. I knew there was a summer pass, but I don't remember all the rules regarding the summer pass. Can you give us a short answer on that one? Okay, here we go. Allows you to camp in the LTVA every 2 weeks in the summer, but access to the amenities for a year. Oh, okay. So even if you have to move out of the LTVA for 2 weeks, you can still come back and dump your tanks and stuff. Tape like that. You shouldn't use it for overlapping anything you wish to seal. Seal it properly. So what would you recommend for sealing around the air conditioner? Would that be like Dicor? A lap sealant? No camping in the winter though. It's just sometimes you get stuck in those rules and they get muddled in your brain after a while. Of course, you've probably got it all figured out because you're out there all the time now. So we turn a bond for repairs only. That's a good answer. To seal the air seat or anything else is by sealing between the flanges and the roof. With what? Seal it with what? It is the question. What's the correct product to use to seal it? So you could technically buy the summer pass and stay on the BLM land, but still have access to the amenities. Yes, that okay, that I got. Okay, there you go, Kathy. Usually it's butyl tape. There's you a good answer. But whatever the manufacturer used. Oh. Jennifer, I have the Starlink Mini. And for my rig, for my purposes, it seems to be working okay. When I have a good view of the north sky, it works perfect. Except for sometimes when it's cloudy, it'll come off and on quickly, like it has tonight. But all week it's been fine. There. I'm glad we could get a good answer for you, Kathy. And I would have you see your application to recommend something. So there you go. It's always nice to have somebody who is knowledgeable answer questions like that, because that's something you can still see a little bit of light out there. The light hasn't gone all the way from the sky yet, but it's 8 o'clock. So, and it's it's starting to get dark a little bit earlier, at least. So we're heading towards fall. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. I like fall. And that's one of the main reasons why, besides enjoying Peter and Summer so much, because they make me laugh a lot. They're just really fun people to be with. Is to see fall colors and to be in a fall atmosphere. Florida is just not a good place to spend fall because it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Learning all kinds of stuff. Good. That's what we're here for. Hopefully it's a big help. So, all right, but guys, it's 8 o'clock and I need to eat some dinner. So I'm going to be signing off here in a second. Let's see. Have to do it yourself and I'm 70. Yes, I'm with you. Same boat, girl. But I will do it. Yes. Only available for purchase. Yes. That would be correct. Need to figure out how much 50 gigabytes. Not very much. If you watch some YouTube videos about the Starlink plans and the 50 gigabyte in particular, people will tell you that you just go through that faster than you can even blink an eye. So for me, using it all the time, the unlimited roam plan was the best. I love the gray sky in the fall in Florida. Well, yeah, it does get grayer, that's for sure. And it does get cooler, thankfully. But you don't even see any change in the color of the leaves until like late November, maybe. In some trees, but not in all. So, all right, PJ, talk to you later. I'll see you Tuesday. How's the weather near San Antonio in the winter? It's very pleasant. I bet. Standby mode on Starlink. Got to pay $60 a year for that. Wonder when Elon will raise the price on that too. Well, I don't have to worry about standby. I just keep it on all the time. Sure. All right, guys. I'm going to get off of here. Thanks for chatting with me tonight, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.